Breaking news! The Denver Broncos may have dodged a bullet, and in doing so, they may be setting themselves up for an even bigger win. Losing Cooper Kupp may have seemed like a huge loss at first, but it could actually be one of the best things to happen to this team this offseason. Because now, a six-time Pro Bowler is being linked to Denver, and if that move happens, it could transform the Broncos' offense in ways fans never imagined. I'll give you all the details in a moment, but first make sure you hit that like button if you're a true Broncos fan and believe we can make it to the Super Bowl. If possible, comment something like, "Go Broncos! Let's go to the Super Bowl!" Let's be honest, when the news broke that Kupp wasn't coming to Denver, a lot of people panicked. The idea of adding a Super Bowl MVP and one of the most polished route runners in the league was exciting, but let's take a step back. Kupp is 32 years old. He's battled injuries, and paying him $45 million guaranteed at this stage of his career? That's a huge risk, especially when Courtland Sutton, who is younger and arguably still on the rise, is making slightly more than that total. Financially, it just wouldn't make sense. But here's where things get interesting. The Broncos still need another weapon at wide receiver. That much is clear. While there's plenty of excitement surrounding Troy Franklin and Marvin Mims making strides, there's still room to add a proven playmaker. And that's where Keenan Allen comes into the conversation. A name that should have every Broncos fan on the edge of their seats. Allen has been the go-to guy for Justin Herbert in LA. And while the Chargers are still in the market for weapons, there's a legitimate chance Denver could swoop in and steal him away. Beating a division rival to the punch, just like they did with Evan Ingram, would be a power move. And let's not forget, Allen isn't just a possession receiver. He's one of the best route runners in the game, even at 33. Watching him work against corners is like seeing an artist at work, precise, methodical, and almost impossible to stop. Now, there's a catch. Allen has dealt with some soft tissue injuries, and durability will always be a concern at this stage in his career. But here's the good news. Denver has taken a massive step forward in training and recovery, making sure players stay on the field and performing at their best. If Allen can stay healthy, he immediately becomes a top target for this offense, giving Denver a reliable veteran presence who can help mentor the younger guys while still making plays at a high level. But what if the Broncos go another route? What if instead of signing a veteran, they land one of the biggest steals in the NFL draft? Enter Tetairoa McMillan. This name might not be on every Broncos fan's radar just yet, but it should be. McMillan didn't run drills at the combine, leaving scouts wondering about his speed. Then, at his pro day, he ran a 4.48 40-yard dash at 6 feet 4 inches, 220 pounds. That's absurd. That's Demaryius Thomas-level athleticism. We're talking about a guy built like a tight end, but moving like a wide receiver. And when you factor in his hands, body control, and contested catchability, suddenly, he looks like a future WR1. Mel Kiper's latest mock draft has McMillan falling to the Broncos at pick 20. If that happens, Denver might have no choice but to pull the trigger. The original plan may have been to go running back at 20, but if McMillan is still on the board, that's a game changer. The debate then becomes, do you go for the best player available or stick to filling a positional need? Some fans may argue that with Javonte Williams in Dallas, running back is a bigger priority. Others will say that taking a lesser RB just for the sake of drafting one would be a mistake. But here's another wrinkle. If the Raiders take Shedeur Sanders with the 6th overall pick, that could shake up everything. If Sanders lands in Las Vegas, it increases the chances of running back Ashton Jeanty slipping to Denver at 20. The domino effect in this draft could play right into the Broncos' hands. And if it does, then the choice at 20 gets even tougher. Do you take Jeanty, a dynamic RB who can instantly elevate the offense, or McMillan, who could be the next great wide receiver in Denver? Either way, one thing is clear. The Broncos are in an incredible position right now. They didn't overpay for a declining wide receiver. They have legitimate options in free agency, and they might just be able to land a future star in the draft. Sean Payton is building something special in Denver, and the fact that players are actively choosing to come here over staying with their former teams, that speaks volumes. So now, it's time for you to weigh in. What do you think? Should the Broncos go all in on Keenan Allen? Should they take McMillan at 20 if he's there? Or should they stay focused on landing a top-tier running back? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this offseason is just getting started, and the Broncos' next move could define the season ahead. And here's where things get really interesting, because what the Broncos do next could determine whether they take a massive leap forward or remain stuck in mediocrity. We've already established that Denver dodged a financial bullet by not overpaying for Cooper Kupp. We've also broken down why Keenan Allen would be a massive upgrade and why Tetairoa McMillan could be the draft day steal of the year. But let's talk about another factor that could shake up this entire conversation, the chemistry and culture that Sean Payton is building inside this locker room. There's something happening behind the scenes in Denver that fans need to be paying attention to. The wide receiver room is already forming an unbreakable bond with Bo Nix, the potential future franchise quarterback. We've seen Nix courtside with Cortland Sutton at Denver Nuggets games. We've seen the energy in that group, the camaraderie, the way they're already clicking. That's something special. And when you're talking about bringing in new players, whether it's a veteran like Allen or a young guy like McMillan, you have to consider how they fit into that dynamic. This team doesn't need egos. It doesn't need distractions. It needs playmakers who are going to buy into the culture, put in the work, and help Denver get back to winning football. That's why Payton has been so careful with the moves he's making. He's not just signing talent for the sake of talent. He's building something bigger. And when you look at the way players are responding, it's clear they believe in what's happening. Just take the Dre Greenlaw situation, for example. The 49ers made a last-ditch effort to keep him. Even after the news broke that he was heading to Denver, San Francisco tried one more time to convince him to stay. But he chose Denver. He chose Sean Payton. He chose this locker room. That tells you everything you need to know. Players around the league see what's happening in Denver, and they want to be a part of it. So, when you think about adding a player like Keenan Allen, that's the lens you have to view it through. Can he still play at a high level? Absolutely. Will he be a leader for the younger guys? Without a doubt. But does he fit the mentality and culture that's being built in Denver? That's the real question. If the answer is yes, then Denver needs to make that move before the Chargers lock him up again. But if not, if there's even a slight hesitation, then maybe the smarter play is to go all in on youth and development. Maybe McMillan at 20 is the best possible outcome. Maybe keeping this wide receiver group young, hungry, and growing together is the real key to long-term success. And let's not forget the running back situation. If the Raiders shock everyone and take Shedeur Sanders, that means Ashton Jeanty could still be on the board at 20. And if he is, that changes everything. Jeanty is electric. He's a home run hitter. He's the kind of player who could take Denver's offense to another level overnight. But do you take him over a potential WR1? Do you pass on a McMillan or another elite receiver to get him? That's the dilemma. And it's one of the best problems the Broncos could possibly have. Sean Payton has set this team up in a way where they have options. They're not desperate. They don't have to reach. They can play this smart, wait for the right move, and make the decision that benefits them the most, not just for this season, but for the next 5 to 10 years. So, Broncos country, it's time for you to sound off. What's the right move? Should Denver go all in on Keenan Allen? Should they take McMillan if he's there at 20? Should they focus on running back? Or is there another move we're not even thinking about yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because one thing is for sure, this offseason is far from over, and the next move Denver makes could be the one that sets the stage for something truly special. Go Broncos!